best guys, Tony Khan.
So Triple H's thoughts post this. You can't write better material. What happened was the IATSE, IA Solidarity. This week, the international, and you guys have all seen this logo. Everybody's seen this logo. You see it I'm everywhere, okay? Like, I think they put it in the credits of movies as well, but it's the International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees. Local 8 members are out in force to inform the public that all elite wrestling events in Philadelphia are failing to meet area standards by paying substandard wages and benefits. Now, I'm going to explain how this ties into Jon Moxley's bullshit. When employers undercut these standards, it threatens wages, benefits, and job opportunities for all entertainment workers in the community. We stand in solidarity with our local 8 kin as they hold employers accountable and fight to protect the fair standards that entertainment workers deserve. And this is the thing, dude. This is the problem with Tony Khan talking all that shit. And for instance, like, listen to this. They write on TV, here's their current world champion. And he said this a long time ago while he was their world champion, but here's their current world champion.
You talk a big game about workers' rights, yeah?
And imagine this egg on his face. And who was he talking to? What was this promo about? Again, this was when he went off script on Punk because of what Punk said about WWE. So this was like him going off script on Punked. This week on Punked. Ashton Kutcher. Yeah. So, like, Justin Bieber, right? Who doesn't? Hangman is going off on Punk off script, and it's a shot at WWE. And this just backfires in their face like it always does.
You talk a big game about workers' rights, yeah?
And, like, here's the thing, dude. You don't with Philly. It's Philly. Class is in session, so you should stop guessing who the IB. Box cutter, Pazzy. Focus on what has to be done, son. You know where I come from, Philly. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? So you can't put Philly like that. They'll throw tomatoes at you, bro, and they'll get out there and protest. And also, when you dabble in this entertainment world and you're hiring people third party. So what happened with Moxley and his lawsuit is that this guy was hired third party, and they're like, hey, camera guy of 30 years who's filmed commercials and all this shit. Can you hold this screwdriver and give it to this freak who's going to be bleeding and yelling at you? Don't worry, it'll be safe. And then Moxley throws him to the ground, and he's like, bro, my back, I need 30 grand. And they won't even give it to him? What the hell, bro? You're going to get unions on your ass. You're going to get these third party. You can't do that. So when WWE pulls up, they have their own production. They have Stu, the cameraman. They're all a family. It's all their team, right? When AEW pulls up, they're like hiring people. Think about how much more that probably costs Tony and shit in the long run, because shit like this is going to pop off where people protest and get sued and shit. So they're in this building. Like, who do they have? Orange Cassidy working the popcorn stand? Like, are these fucking workers even working? Who does he have working behind the fucking counters there selling beers? It's fucking QT Marshall and Chuck Taylor. Jeepers. What's going on? What's going on over here? Trying to work over here. We move along, and here is stagehand workers at 2300 Arena are protesting fair pay for working AEW shows. So it's not the people working in the building, it's stagehands. So it's like the people setting up, they don't even have ring boys. They don't even have young guys who are learning the fucking business and learning the ropes and grinding. Bruv, right? They don't have a school. They don't have a fucking performance center. Yeah, performance centers are stupid. Oh, like every fucking major sports team doesn't have a fucking facility for their players, you dumbass. That's why you ranked F in the fucking ESPN study they did on the Jacksonville Jaguars and all the football teams in the NFL. Come on now, man. It's some bullshit. You got to train wrestlers. You got to do it right. You have to have schools affiliated directly with you, your own feeder system. You have to do sports entertainment along with blend the indie shit in if you're trying to be on TV and shit. You have to, I think, develop your own production people, your own stagehands, your own ring crew. Get people getting reps in. You have to really build a solid team around you, man. And that's what Vince McMahon figured out, and none of these other territories figured out. Everyone would just fold and go for more money. All that shit. Everybody, all the territories went out because why? It's not just because, Vince bought them out and put on these fucking shows. Yeah, and everyone flipped on everyone. And everyone's flipping on AEW, if you guys can't tell. Why? Because he ran it. He's like, I'm not going to make the mistakes of everyone else. But he ran it doing the worst mistakes that everybody else made before him. Anyways, let's hear these stagehands, what they're saying.
Why?
And by the way, some people are saying it's a conspiracy. Vote in the poll in the chat, okay? Or let me know down in the comments or in the chat below. Hey, is WWE behind this? People are like, oh, it's a coincidence, isn't it? I don't know, man. I don't think WWE, maybe. I mean, they got connects deep in the entertainment world and everything, but this is too far. I just think there's too many instances of Tony Khan running a shoddy shop, a janky fucking promotion, as some would say. And I just think we're seeing more and more of it come to light, as many of us predicted it would.
Why are you and your fellow stagehands out here on the picket line at the 2300 arena against AEW?
We're out here picketing for proper wages, correct wages for the workers that are in there now, and for our brotherhood, so that we can maintain high working standards and a livable wage in this city in a time where it seems that these ideas are kind of under attack. This is just one example of many where people are fighting for their jobs and quality.
So now how does this happen? The same way a guy like Niccolo Piccolo and other people, legitimate people, back him up in saying that we show up there, we're invited to this place. Typically when we get invited to this place, there's VIP access. There's some of us drove an hour, brought our families. We show up there, there's no drinks, there's no food, nobody greets us. We have to just go in with all the normies, which I know that sounds fucked, but you're trying to impress Hollywood. That's why Tony invited them. So impress Hollywood. You invite a bull into your fucking China shop, and then you get pissed when he shatters all the fucking plates. You can't be mad at the bull. When it comes to that Niccolo Piccolo story, it's the same thing with this. It's the same reason why a cameraman got shoved. It's because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. There's no leadership. There's no checks and boundaries. There's nobody telling them you cannot do this. There's no rapport between any of these people. There's guys filming the show every week. And that's why there's all these production fucking mistakes every week, because they have fucking guys who are just working like locally or whatever. You have production backstage trying to work with new people every week. Imagine having to work with new people and catching them up to speed every fucking week. So how do these guys come to the conclusion of we're going to protest and be like, fuck that, we need more money from AEW? Because they sign on to do a job, they show up, and it's completely under quality. It's completely different than any other job they've done before for this union, or it's like a non-union, but it's a international organization, whatever the fuck. Okay. They have each other's backs, man. You got people breathing down your throats. These guys show up and the work is way more than they anticipated. And there's like no food or like water bottles for them or some shit. I guarantee it's some shit like that. And they're just like, no, we deserve more money for a job like this. Hey, I'm not there. Maybe they're all just being pussies. I don't know. I'll throw that out on the table too. But it's pretty funny this is happening. I'm not going to lie.
Life, it's mind-numbing.
And why are you and your fellow stagehands out here on the picket line for the 2300 arena against AEW?
Well, unfortunately, 2300 Arena is not doing right by the workers in this area. They're not doing right by their workers. They're not doing right by anybody that works in this industry. They're not paying area standards and wages. They are not providing healthcare for their employees. And we just want to really make sure that everybody inside the building that's working on these shows are able.
And so, okay, are they saying that the people that the 2300 employ as well aren't being paid the right wages? Because then, yeah, that goes on the building too. So when I tried to critique them earlier and say, hey, what, or you guys, what the fuck's going on there? I guess that would be valid. And it is on the 2300 as well, right? So are the workers protesting? Again, I made the joke like, who do they have? Orange Cassidy serving beer? No, it's not the workers of the 23. No, it looks like they're fighting on behalf of the workers. So yeah, who's working there right now? Did they work this out? Who's fucking serving the popcorn, They have fucking Camille back there. Get your popcorn here, popcorn. Get your popcorn.
To have a good living and a safe work environment.
Damn. Well, I hope they get that worked out. And I'm curious, like AEW's lumped into it. So is it the workers standing up, or is it people standing up against the 2300 and the workers are like, what the fuck? Is it just that the AEW, like why this AEW show? Is it because they saw the workload and they're like, fuck this, we're not getting paid enough? Like, look, dude, we thought this would be some rinky dink fucking indie show. We got to build a wrestling ring. I've never done that, right? Like I have no clue how that works, or if AEW has fucking stagehands. It's the stagehands protesting. So does Tony have stagehands who build the ring for him and shit? I'm so curious. Or even any young boys that are responsible for any of this shit. So again, we read the IATSE and their protest statement there. Here's what they have to say. Here's another little video.
AEW is growing, but workers are left behind. AEW's revenue exploded from...
So it is about AEW and the money they're bringing in. Okay. Yeah. So here's the thing, too. When Dave Meltzer tells fucking lies all the time, and he's like, they're making $3.6 million a week.
Best guy is Tony Khan.
And then Tony Khan's desperately trying to keep his business private and going, oh, well, revenue's really good. Hopefully we're profitable. Which I broke down on the show. And then Raj Giri saw that clip, tweeted it. It got more traction again. And I broke that down either on the Monday show or the last Saturday show. Tony Khan says, or maybe it was last week actually, but Tony Khan says, we're hopefully profitable. He doesn't say they're fucking profitable. Dave's like, they're making money hand over fist when you're making as much money as they are. And then these guys fucking go, hey, we want to be paid more. And then look at how Dave has hurt AEW again. Because Tony could deny it all, or he could be like, no one has those numbers. But with Dave, the most quote-unquote reputable guy, if you're smart, you listen to me. I'm the most reputable. If you've done it as long as me, 50 years, Brian. And when people Google top pro wrestling report, it's Dave Meltzer. Look at what his disinformation has done. Tony, I hope you texted that blabbermouth dumb fuck and told him to shut the fuck up for once. Again, Dave just hurting AEW. Because the narrative out there is, 500 billion gajillion on Max, and they're making as much money as the WWE next year. 180 billion, the most since WCW. Now look what happens. Everyone's like, they're making money and we're going to break down where Dave got his fucking numbers from, too. We got some Dave math. Shout out Jeff Lane and Vince Russo. But anyways, let's listen to this. This is just Dave fucking AEW again.
AEW is growing, but workers are left behind. AEW's revenue exploded from $100 million in 2022 to $154 million in 2023, and further to $168 million in 2024. Their new
Yes. And it's funny because he said 168 million. Weren't they saying like 185? Isn't that what Meltzer was saying? Here's the thing, though, with all the lies about it and Tony trying to be so private, and this is what I brought up earlier in the show, all this privacy shit Tony's doing is going to come around, bite him in the ass, then it's all going to get spilled anyways. When he said he would be the transparent company that keeps everybody fucking, maybe he never used the word transparent, but he's like, we're going to pay everyone the same and treat everybody right and do medical and all this shit. And then now it's all private and there's rumors they have no medical and they fuck people over and da-da-da-da-da. So that shit's hilarious. And then now it's coming back to bite him in the ass because he hasn't confirmed nor denied any numbers. And all you have are idiots like fucking Dave and Bethel and all these fucking morons like out there going, they're making a quadrillion dollars every week, 3.6 million every week, Brian. Fuck them right there, dude. You just bent AEW over and fuck them, thinking that while you think you're shilling for them. That's why it never works. That's why you're fucking lol cows. Anyway,
media rights deal with Warner Brothers Discovery is worth $550 million over 3 years, giving AEW financial.
WBD said it's upwards 185. That's such an open-ended thing. I don't even believe they got that much. And it's been explained to me that they didn't get that much, and Tony knows they didn't get that much. As Claudio just ripped off the spot that Javon Evans did with Obafemi with Darby Allin here. They like it's some of that's an ad money or something like that, just like NFL and all this shit. Like everybody admits that, but AEW and their fucking sycophants won't admit that. The problem is all they can run with is what's out there in this $550 million deal and shit. Why aren't you giving some of that to the workers? Because I don't have to. Because I'm trying to pay my daddy back.
Stability for years to come.
So it's not like paying them more is going to hurt. They're making $550 million, according to Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer. You know, they're financially set and blah, 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 right? They can just defer to that. And then Dave's the authority, according to him. He's the all-seeing, he's Uatu the Watcher. He's the all-seeing eye. He's fucking Sauron. So just a bunch of assholes getting pwned here, which I love. So Brandon Thirsty Thurston says IATSE Local 8 is protesting AEW and 2300 Arena stagehand compensation ahead the series of shows that begin tonight in Philadelphia. They've also posted videos on their Facebook page outside the venue using AEW's business talking points against them. And it's so funny too, because capitalism's so bad. It's so bad. And I actually owned a Wrestling Observer Reporter, which you guys will see when the clip comes out, or become a member and go and watch the last member show. Gift a membership chat so people can see that, or memberships are 99 cents. And I got into it with an Observer Reporter that I obliterated to oblivion, and he just admitted what we've all known this whole time. It's so funny. He just proved my point. I owned him. He couldn't even respond, and he was begging for a fight too, which was hilarious. And yeah, so guys, go and watch the member show. It'll be clipped in like fucking probably a week or something, or whenever, this week, I don't know. But they use their own business talking points, and all these Meltzer dumbass BJ Bethel fucking Thirsty Thurston talking points against them, and all this shit the sickos run with. 1.2 quadrillion watching on man. All that shit that they run with has done nothing but hurt AEW, because you're not being honest about AEW, and then they get fucking protested against or sued, and then people get way more money because they try to keep everything private, and the valuation that's out there being floated around by observers and journalists and people who study the business are way higher than it actually is, and it just fucks Tony Khan in the end, and it fucks Shad Khan. And so here's them using their own fucking talking points against them, I believe. So they've been informed that AEW 2300 Arena have scheduled events in Philly below the area standards set by IATSE. Local aid for similar work is investigating the wages, benefits, and working conditions under which the employees working this event in our jurisdiction are being paid. It has come to our attention that the wages, benefits, and working conditions may be below the paid. It has come to our attention that the wages, benefits, and working conditions may be below the prevailing area standard negotiated. So again, right? The area standard, I didn't even read this ahead. So it's like they show up, it's a bigger venue, it's like more work than they thought. They're like, what the fuck? We're getting paid like less than we thought too. So what the fuck? The standard is as follows: $40 a journeyman hourly wage. Fuck, that's a good hourly wage for a common man, for a simple man. Be a simple kind of man. 15% health and welfare contribution on gross wages, 12% annuity contribution on gross wages, 8% pension contribution on gross wages, 1% training contribution, $54.40 all in total. So it's $54.40 you're getting fucking paid total, but then some of that gets deducted off rip, which is dope. Like, honestly, in Canada, they do that as well. Well, I mean, I've been an independent contractor myself for a long while, so I actually just have to pay taxes like an American would and shit, right? I got to file it, do it all myself, calculate what and I got to do it all myself. But in Canada, though, when you just work like a normal job, like your paychecks, you feel like you're getting robbed. But it does go to like healthcare and your pension and shit like that, So it is simple economics that substandard wages, benefits, and working conditions that are being paid tend to depress the wages, benefits that are being paid by both AEW and 2300 Arena. So that's crazy. Benefits and working conditions negotiated by the union. So it is a union, and limit the employment opportunities of workers we represent. In addition, any workers for this event. I swear I saw Thurston saying they're not a union, or someone said that they made it clear they're not a union, but they said there that they are. So that was wrong wherever I read that. Maybe it's just some sicko online. Whatever. It violates the Pennsylvania Construction Workplace Act 72. This letter is not a request that you enter into collective bargaining with our union or you refuse to employ any individual, nor do we intend to interfere with the rights of your employers to work. Without becoming members of the union. We do not seek to organize your employees, nor does this organization seek to represent them. If we are incorrect with respect to the current... So they're just checking them, bro. They're just checking them. They're like, yo, don't do this. Or like, this is what fucking happens. And then listen to this AEW Cerro Miedo dumb fuck. Wasn't WWE at the 23 Arena not long ago? Oh, yeah, stupid. Yeah, dude, I fucking was at the bus stop. A month later, a woman gets hit by a bus at the bus stop and dies. I'm responsible for the bus stop murder. Are you fucking stupid? Like, what kind of sick fucking weirdos? And he's got 100 and some likes on that shit. Why? Because he's blocked everybody. That's the bubble paradox. I hit the wrong sound there. I wanted to shut up, bitch. I hit Stone Cold by accident, but that shit is fucking stupid, man. So yeah, I don't know, man. They're being protested. I don't know what else Thirsty Thurston has to say here. Let's see. Is there a thread? In this video, blah, blah, blah. AEW is running events, blah, blah, blah. Nothing more. Nothing more. And I think that's it for the whole union workers thing here. And then we have a juicy one.